TV is a channel where we talk about life, talk about tips that are valuable to help you succeed in whatever you're doing. We talk about everything in life, different aspects of life, spiritual, physical, health-wise, career-wise, motherhood, teenagehood, spirituality, business, career. It's just an all-rounder channel. But the aim is just to share valuable tips to help you become better. So today we're looking at education versus vocation. I know a lot of people have argued that you need education more than you need a vocation, whereby other people feel there is this set of people who are advocating that there should be more vocational schools than universities. That when people go through vocations or go through vocational trainings, they become more viable in the society than people who are forced to go through the four walls of the university. At the end of the day, they still do not have a job. Amongst these propositions, I have my own opinion, which I want to share with you, and I feel you will learn something from this. Education is very important. Education is the key to success. By many, education is a gateway of to reach the world. Education is the language that can change the world. Education is this, education is that. I agree with all that. And I also agree to the extent that education fine-tunes you, education brings you up to the pedestal to reach the world, to reach other people, to reach, you know, other people, globally, and it gives you that same understanding, or opens you a greater level of understanding, and I know, in things of life, in the area you studied, and all of that. It doesn't also mean that people who do not have a certain level of education will not succeed. Success is not measured by the level of education. There are master's degree holders, PhD holders who still do not have food on their table, whereby there are people who did not even see the four walls of the university who are employers of labor. But education cannot be put aside. It is very, 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 very important. When you are educated, there's a difference. When you're educated, you can converse. When you're educated, you have this extra knowledge. That's the thing that comes with education. You're being groomed, to face the world, to face, anything in life squarely. It gives you that a knowing, that advantage, that feeling that at least I can compete anywhere in the world. Education is very important. It is key. It is a foundation. But whereby for some people who, for one reason or the other, they cannot get the education they desire, up to the university level, it doesn't still mean they can't succeed in life. No, that's not the place of vocation. Now I'm looking at education versus vocation. I am a proponent that even those who are educated should go through vocational studies. Now, as for countries who that are well, advanced, you see that when children are growing up and parents begin to see certain features in a child, certain laws, certain strengths in a child, they begin to tailor that child towards that strength. But in the third world country like ours, you see parents forcing their children to do certain courses because of the name or the status or the position or the pedigree, or the, well, I say the kind of societal acclimatization or societal relevance people place on certain for certain professions. So that is why people kill themselves to become maybe lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, whereby their strength does not lie in those things. And you see them wasting 6 years of their life, 7 years of their life, going through a training that will not be what will bring food on their table, will not be what they would love to do at the end of the day. They will not be what they love or they are interested in. Rather, they just want to do that to satisfy parental quest. Now, I am of the opinion that vocation and education should go hand in hand in terms of People are saying, why do you say vocation and education? As much as you're being trained in the university, as much as you're being trained in your profession, there should also be vocational training. These are things we should advocate to parents as your children are growing up and you begin to see certain strengths in them. Some of the guys will love football. You can put them through the football training academy as they are, studying their normal school, or going through their normal, maybe they're trying to study maybe sports management. Then also they go back to the vocational school to learn the vocation they love. Now, for example, that's a kind of misplacement that usually happens in this climb, in this jurisdiction. Someone loves business, or look, let's just say someone, you see a girl child, she's growing up, she loves to cook, she loves to be in the kitchen, she loves anything pastries, she loves to explore with her hand, she wants to make people want just foods, love, if she's a foodie. And rather than you see that this person loves food, okay, rather than you sit down with this person to say, okay, beyond, okay, we're going to go to a catering school, and that's the part of the vocation. Now, which course is related to this love, this interest? That is what the person should study. But you see someone who is a foodie that loves food, that want to experiment, that loves to cook, that want to put two things together, that want to create a spice, want to create a recipe, going to study a course that has nothing to do with their interest. This is called a misplacement of priority, or a misplacement of vision. Because if that person goes to a catering school side by side with a course, maybe a course in hotel management, a course in hospitality management, a course in food management or food tech, that way, as much as the person is learning how to do cater for people, catering management in the catering school, the person is now in the food tech, the person cannot know the process that is involved in producing this food, these veggies, how these things are done. Now, for a person who went to school and studied food technology, combined with the vocational training gotten from the catering school, or a training that has to do with food, even if it's not catering, or hotel management, food and nutrition, you combine the both together, and the person comes out of school in the space of 1 year. This person will put to work what they have learned, because it becomes easy, because practically they know it, theoretically they know it. And you can't compare that person to a person who read maybe physical and health education, or read social work, and the person wants to do this food. Now, we must begin to ask ourselves basic questions. And this is what our children, the children, the younger ones that are coming up, must be tailored, must be advised, must be, put in plan. They must be put in that pedestal where, what actually do you love? We begin to study what they love, and the practical aspect of that can be learned in a vocational training institute or vocational training school, side by side with that person going through the professional course, maybe in the university or in the polytechnic, or in a science and tech institute, so we shouldn't say education is can go alone. I am of the opinion that education and vocation must go side by side. We, even with our economy crashing, we see what is happening. Entrepreneurship is the way, that is the innovative way to go. You see that when people go through that vocational training, they become entrepreneurs. Now, when they now study those other things that a part of that their law of that their interest in the university, or in the other formal educational environment, they now bring the practical aspect and the theoretical aspect together, and it becomes a formidable force. It becomes a global business, becomes a brand. They begin to do these things with understanding of both the practical aspect and the theoretical aspect. So you see a child who loves to maybe who loves to let me business. Some of them like from right from a child, they have this business idea, the business acumen, they have the vision to see this is what they want to do. Okay, aside that, they can go study business administration. Business administration. Then they'll now look at what exactly, what kind of business, what is it, that kind of, what kind of business do you want to do? Now, okay, you don't need to learn digital marketing, because to market your business, you can do that in a vocation institute or academy. Study we expect. That is the kind of generation we expect, that people will begin to be in the field of what you love. And it is also time say it has is a time saving procedure, or a time saving plan, because if you go waste 7 years of your time in a unrelated course, and you come out and you start doing another thing, it's more like starting all over again, because you sometimes what the person studying in school is far different from what they are doing at the end of the day, and they are doing it over maybe short term training of 3 months, or no training at all. They're just looking at what other people are doing, and they're trying to do the same, they replicate the same thing. You can't compare it with someone who has gotten a vocational knowledge of it and the professional knowledge of the same area. It's two different things, and I feel it gives the person a broader view, understanding of really what they want. Let's stop pushing the younger ones into, because go and read this so that our family will tag family of engineers, family of doctors, family of pharmacists, whereby that is not the person's passion. So passion is also important in choosing, a vocation. Passion is also important in choosing a course to study. So these two must be aligned. These two must be placed before the scorecard to let the person know this is what you love. Okay, because you love this, you're going to go through these vocational studies. It could be a weekend thing while you do your studies full time. So the vocational study will have something to do with what they are studying. That way, the person is well taught. The person is has undergone proper training, because you see, sometimes you see they say graduates can't spell their names, graduates don't know anything. Why would they know things when their education is even being disrupted by industrial action, strikes here and there, and all that? They are being rushed through a 4-year course in less than 3 years, and they are churned out unbaked. Even you don't even have baked. They are even churned out like you put something in an oven and you're just bringing it out. It didn't even go through the process, the fire of education. And you expect those people to become the CEOs of company. You expect those people to become the administrators of great organizations. They will run it down because they don't have the basic knowledge. But when someone is undergoing a vocational study in line with what you're studying in school, there comes the balance. So I think this is what we need to, this is the message that the young ones need to hear. So I wanted to share this video, let people understand, for the young ones, especially who are about to enter the university, what course of study are you want to do? What is your interest? What is your love? What is it that you want? And beyond that, we start looking for vocational trainings, certifications in that line, so that by the time the person is done from school, the person becomes a pro. The person becomes an expert in that field. So friends, I just hope you've learned something. And if you have your comments, you have ideas, if you want to comment something or add to what I just said, drop it in your comment section. Share this video, like it. Our young ones need to share that vocation and education should go, side by side, and you shouldn't just do what your parents or what the world or what is trending, not what you love. When people do what they love, they excel so beautifully, just so beautifully in it. They excel, so well that you don't need so much pressure, don't even need so much stress for them to begin to work out or begin to do well in that area. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do hit the subscribe button, like the video, and share same. Do take care of yourself.